Hey Natural Divas, my name is Monica. I'm the Natural Hair Junkie, and I'm here with another video for you on one of my favorite styling tools, and that is a professional stand hair dryer. I've always wanted one for myself, and I caught this one on sale during Cyber Monday, Black Friday time, which is always around my birthday. So I just decided to myself that I was going to treat myself and go ahead and get one, and it being on sale didn't hurt either. These normally retail for about $100 to $110, at least this dryer specifically does. I caught it on Sallys.com website, and it was on sale for like 75 bucks, okay? And it came with a free faux fur throw, which was nice. But this was what I consider to be a steal, and I will tell you that I have used it, and so far, the times that I've used it, it's given me good results. I've used it to deep condition my hair, and I've used it to set a style, and thus far it's given me good results. So I think it's definitely worth the purchase. So what I'm going to do is go through how you put it together. Then I'm going to show you some of the functions of it once we have it together, and then we'll talk about whether or not it would be a good investment for you. So first, let's move the box to the side here and go through it, okay? So I've already taken my dryer out of the box, so it's not in here right now how it will be when you get it, but I'll tell you what it's going to be like when you get in it, and you know how you will put it together and those things. So your box is going to be taped, of course, but when you open it up, the first thing you're going to come across is your booklet, your information booklet. Any product you get, you know, always comes with a booklet. So let me show you. You have a picture of the product there, and then when you flip through it, you just have parts that should be in there, assembly instructions, care, all that stuff is in here. So that's what that's for. You always want to hold on to that. If you have any questions about your product or your manufacturing, your warranty, all this stuff, how to put it together, this is always going to be in here, so I always keep these. Now, I've already partially assembled a part of this, so it'll be easier for me to show you how to put together quickly. But when you get your dryer, it's going to come in 3 layers, and it's going to have some foam inserts in it. Let me grab those so that you can see. This is 2 of the foam inserts, and since I've already been taking it apart and putting it back together for this video today, they're not coming out of them, but I do store it. I keep these, and I recommend you keep them too. This will help you to store your dryer, make sure you don't damage it when you're moving it around, and it just makes it easier to put back in the box if you put it back in the way that it came out. So go ahead and keep these foam inserts when you take your dryer out to use it. Now, this dryer pretty much assembles in 3 parts. You have the base that you'll put together first, then you'll take the stand, put that into the base, and then you put the hood, which has the drawing element in it, on top of the stand. Now what I've done is I've already partially put together the base here, just for time's sake, but I'm going to zoom in so that you can kind of see what it looks like. The base is going to be this round part right here, and it has these little, you see 2 legs I haven't put in, these little grooves right here. There are going to be 5 of those that your legs are going to fit into. And you see I've already got 3 legs in here, so I'm just going to put in 2 for you to show you how to do it. If I flip this over, you're going to see that the base has little grooves in it, as do the legs. And the legs are just going to fit into those grooves. And that's how you're going to put the base together. So I have the other 2 feet here. This is one of what your legs and feet looks like. It does have a roller on it, so that's the rollabout part. You can move it around. And just zooming in just so you can see, here's the leg. I'm going to fit the grooves on the leg into the grooves on the bottom of the base, and then I just push it in, okay? And when you push it in, you just snap it right into place, and that's how you do that. So let me go ahead and put the other leg in, and then you'll be able to see how the finished product looks. So there you go. And then this is one of the great features of this dryer. It does have 5 legs on it, which gives it a really sturdy base to move around, so that you know you don't have to deal with it falling apart on you or breaking or becoming unstable in any kind of way. So that's really good. Now, Now that the base is together, just remember it's going to look like a starfish when you finish it. We need to put the stand into it. This is what your stand looks like. This does extend to a larger height, and you'll see it has 2 rings on it. Those rings are how you adjust the height of your stand. Just remember lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. If you want to loosen up the stand and extend it, you turn to the left. If you want to tighten it into place, you turn it to the right. Okay, when you're putting it together, you want to make sure it's not fully extended, that it's just pushed all the way down, and that the rings are locked so that it doesn't, you know, wobble around on you while you're trying to put it together. But this is pretty simple. You see there's a hole in the top of your base, and that's pretty much where your stand is going to fit into. So just slide that into that hole right there, push down, and then what I do is twist a couple of times just to make sure it's securely in there. Now flip your base over. You're going to see that you have like an empty place here on the bottom. And when you look in your box, you're going to find a metal plate that's a little beveled and a little screw, a little L-shaped screw. Okay, this is going to go on the bottom of your dryer, and what that does is just to help to stabilize it and keep your stand in place from shifting. So this little beveled plate, the beveled part that's around it is going to go on the outside, and the flat part should sit against it. So it'll look like this. And then the little screw that you have right here, you're going to stick that screw into the hole and just feel around for your hole that's in there. And then you just take this little lever and turn it to screw it. I'm going to kind of tilt this away from the camera so I can see where the hole is, so I can get it twisted in there and get it started. A little difficult to do from this angle. There we go. Okay. So I've got it started here. So it's pretty easy to do. Once you get it started in there, just take this little lever, twist it around until you get it tight. And that's going to help hold your stand in place. Don't twist it too tight, because when you want to take your dryer apart and put it up, you do want to be able to easily disassemble it. And if you've got this twisted really tight, it's going to take you forever to get it undone. So just make sure it's secure, but not too tight. So you see, that's how our dryer assembles. So now we've got most of it together. All we've got to do is extend the stand and put the hood on top. So what I'm going to do is these 2 rings right here, I'm going to turn them to the left to loosen them up. And then I'm going to extend my stand as far as it will go. Now, I'm going to lock the bottom one. I'm going to place this on the ground. And then I'm going to go ahead and, once I've got it extended to the height I want, I'm going to go ahead and let it be full height. I'm going to twist the top ring to the right until I know that it's secure, okay? So it's not going anywhere. Now, last part that you're going to have is the hood of your dryer. This is what you're going to sit under. And this just sits on top of your stand. You'll see on the back here, you have a little round part right here that sticks out. And that little part right there is just going to sit on top of your stand. So just sit it on like so. And that's pretty much your assembly for your dryer. I will show you really quick, when you're putting the hood on, you'll see back here that there's a little silver screw right here. You do want to try to remove that screw, because I don't know if you can tell, but there's a little space right here between the stand and the hood, because this screw is sitting right here. But once you take that out, this will fit securely onto the stand and you won't have that issue. So you can see it's very pretty. That's how it assembles. And as you can see, it only took about 5 minutes or less to assemble. So it's not very hard to put together at all. Now I'm going to plug it up so we can go through some functionalities and see what it sounds like. So I've got a plug right here. Cool. Now, with your dryer, let's go through some quick functions on it. On the right hand side, you have your temperature dial. You have an off, a cool, a low heat, and a high heat setting. On the left side, you have your Ionic button, which just turns on and off. If you're wondering about the Ionic technology, all that is just negative ions that are being put into the warm air. And what that's supposed to do is to help your hair to dry faster and also to help eliminate frizz and give you a more smooth finish style. So that's all that is. This dryer also comes with a face shield here that you can lift up and down. Once you have the dryer turned on, if you want to turn the dryer on or off without having to feel for the control knob over here, you can just lift this up and down. So I'm going to show you how that works. I'm just going to go ahead and make sure that, and actually it's already on. I've got it plugged up. So I'm just going to lift this up and you can see, well actually it's already up, so it's off. I'm going to push it down and you can see it'll come on. So let me take a second so you can listen to it, see how it sounds. And so you see it's just like average dryer. Doesn't sound any louder than a tabletop dryer or a dryer that you would have in a salon. To me, it's pretty quiet. It's not really loud in my opinion. And I really like this function of the shield here that comes up and down and cuts the dryer on and off. Because if you're sitting under the dryer and you need to get up and run and do something really quick, you don't have to like fumble back here for the knobs to turn it off. You can get it on and off easily with that function. So these are the things that I like about this dryer. The first thing being what I just showed you about the shield coming up and down. I think that's pretty cool. The stand is really my favorite feature of this dryer, because the reason I don't like tabletops is because they're hard to sit under. They're uncomfortable, especially if you're tall. You have to figure out how to get them adjusted to the right height, how to get yourself, you know, sitting higher or lower to fit under it properly, and it's just not comfortable. So I love the stand on this. I love that it's portable and movable, so I can put it wherever I want in my house. Heck, if I want to, you know, be working on whatever personal task I need to get done in the house, I can sit under the dryer while I'm doing it. If I need to do some work, if you need to do some homework, whatever, you can get that done while you're sitting under the dryer. It's got two wheels on here that lock. So another thing I like about it is the sturdy base and the two locking wheels. I didn't show that to you, but two of the wheels have a little flip on them that you can push into place that will lock those two wheels, and that will mean that it will stay stationary instead of rolling if you want it to. So just find your favorite chair. You might want to make sure it's a chair that has some space up underneath it so the legs on the base can slide up underneath it so you can get it as close to the back as possible, and then just sit up underneath it. You'll find that it's cozy and comfortable to sit under. It warms up very quickly. There's lots of room under here, so if you want to put your rollers in, especially if you have long, thick, natural hair, it's probably going to be bulky. It's not going to be an issue with fitting up underneath here. And I think that you'll find that it's a worthwhile purchase that makes your home styling a lot easier, especially if you like to do a lot of set styles and you want to be able to sit up underneath the dryer to make sure it sets and lasts longer. So this is the 1875 watt Ionic Pro dryer, rollabout dryer with Tourmaline. So stay tuned. I'm going to have another video for you coming up soon on my Target box. But until then, remember the Natural Hair Junkie motto, which is to be you beautifully and naturally. Until next time, Divas.